Cutiecalities, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my very first 3 rustic DIYs for the wedding. As you don't know, I am getting married in 1 month from now, and I decided to share with you all of the decorations and DIYs that I'm going to be doing for the wedding. So for the Ferrero Rocher decoration, I'm going to be using a 55 by 55 100% cotton fabric. I'm going to be using a ivory mini flower, twine, organza ribbon, fabric scissors. I'm going to be using tulle. This one is optional, you don't have to use this, it just looks a little bit nicer and more rustic and vintage with the tulle going around. This one is in between a soft and stiff tulle, and this one is in the shade nude. And lastly, I'm going to be using Ferrero Rocher. This one is a mix between the dark one, the original, and also Raffaello, which is already right here. So for my fabric, I'm going to be cutting 17 by 17 centimeters. And my tulle, I'm going to be cutting 20 by 20. So first, you just want to fold your fabric in half. So now you're just going to be measuring from here the side. You're going to be measuring 17 centimeters. And then you're just going to be cutting from here all the way up, okay? And then after that, we are going to be cutting in parts. So now you're just going to be measuring again, so 17 centimeters. And then you're just going to be cutting across right here, and then you're going to be having a square. And then you can do that with the rest of the fabric. So now we are going to be putting this one aside, and we are going to be cutting exactly the same method, the tulle, but the tulle I'm going to be cutting a little bit bigger, so I'm going to be doing 20 by 20. So I just folded my tulle, as you can see. I'm only going to be cutting 4 squares of the tulle because I have an extra 2 because I did the other one as well. So I'm just going to be cutting 4, but you can cut for as many decorations as you want to do. So you want to measure as well exactly the same, so 20 centimeters you're going to be cutting along, and then also here 20 centimeters, and then you're going to be cutting across. And then I'm just going to be cutting here in half because I folded my tulle. So once you have the squares completed, we can start putting everything together. So first we are going to be starting with the tulle. So you want to grab 1 tulle and 1 fabric. And you want to make sure that the fabric, the right side of the fabric is facing the tulle. And you want to make sure that it's in the middle as well. And then you want to get 1 Ferrero Rocher. You want to put right in the middle. And then you're going to be cutting a little bit of the twine. This one is around 34 centimeters, but probably I'm going to be cutting the ends a little bit more. And then you want to get 1 flower. So now you're just going to be covering the Ferrero with all of this fabric. And then with the twine, you're just going to be tying around here on the top. So I usually create a knot first, and then I just add the flower here, and then I tie a little bow around the flower. And then I just cut here the remaining of the twine. And if you're using the flower, you might need a wire cutter. I'm using this one and just cutting a little bit of the wire here. So this is how the first DIY looks like, and it gives an amazing touch to your decoration, and you can do in many different colors. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and create all of the other ones that I have to do, and then I'll show you guys how to create the bottles. So now I'm going to be showing you guys how to create the glass DIY. So this one right here with twine and also crochet yarn, and these are very common on rustic decorations. So I'm going to be using glass bottles. So I have a larger one here, and then beer bottles. And then I'm also going to be using hot glue gun. I'm also going to be using a pair of scissors, twine, and also crochet yarn. These ones right here will be linked in the description below. This one right here are recycled. So it's very easy and very cheap. So first I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this one right here. So first you're going to be creating a knot here at the top, so right at the top here. Then you're going to be cutting the remaining. So now you're just going to get the yarn and go around this part just a few times, maybe 4 to 5 times. And then you're just going to be moving down. So we have the little curve, so now you're going to be moving down, and then you're just going to go around all the way down to here, more or less, okay? So once you're happy where the yarn is, so I'm going to be stopping right here because there is a little detail here, as you can see, and I want to keep that detail showing. So I'm going to be cutting my yarn right here, adding a little bit of the hot glue, and then just gluing the yarn down. So now I'm just going to be adding here only where the label is. So I'm going to be gluing my yarn here on the top, and then I'm just going to go around and then glue my yarn here at the bottom when I reach kind of here. So this is how you're going to be doing the rustic bottles in this style. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this one, but it's basically the same technique, but I'm going to be doing all over the bottle. So we are going to be doing exactly the same as on the crochet one. So you're going to be tying a knot here right at the top. So now you're going to be creating a couple of rounds here right at the top. Then you're going to be moving it down, as you can see. So we have this little space here in between both yarns. And then we are just going to be going around the bottle all the way down here, okay? Then I'm going to be showing you guys the process of reaching it all the way down, because here it's a little bit difficult. So I'm going to be doing all the way here, and then I'll come back to show you guys what I'm going to be doing in this part, because we have a little curve right here. So when you get to this part here where the curve is, you're going to be adding a little bit of glue here. And then you're going to go around and then keep adding glue until you covered all of this part right here, and then you can just continue going around all the way to the bottom. So once you have covered this part right here, you can just continue with the twine all the way down, and then here you will have a little gap, and then you can just glue it down here on the top after, okay? So now I'm just gonna go all the way down and repeat exactly the same what we did on the other one. So reaching the end, I'm just going to be cutting and gluing my twine down in my bottle. So now to cover this gap, I'm just going to be using this little piece, and I'm just going to be gluing this down right here. So now for this bottle, I'm going to be using the same technique used for the very first bottle that I showed you guys. So I'm going to be covering only this part and then right here. So you can go ahead and do that if you have a similar one to mine. And then I'll be back to show you guys what I'm going to be doing on top of that. And I'm going to be using my crochet yarn, so the beige one. So this is how it looks like with only the crochet yarn. If you want, you can keep it like this. I'm going to be adding the twine a little bit on top, so it gives more like a rustic look as well. So I'm going to be gluing my twine right here on the top first, so I can go on the top and then also right here. So you're just gonna go around a couple of times, not too much. And then I'm going to be cutting here and gluing it down. So now I'm going to be gluing it down, my twine here on the top, and then just going around a couple of times, just like what I did here on the top. So when I reach the bottom, I'm just gonna go all the way up again. And then I'm just gonna glue it down on the top. So now the last thing that I'm going to be doing for the bottle is just adding a little bow here in the middle with the twine. So I'm just going to be moving it right in the middle. And then right here, I'm just going to be tying a bow. So there we go, this is what I'm going to be doing for this bottle, and this is another idea that you guys can do for the bottles. You can actually do for this one as well if you want, with the crochet yarn going around and adding a little bow here in the middle. So it's going to be up to you how you want to do the decoration around the bottle, and you can do it in many different ways. You can check it out on the internet as well, and you can have a lot of ideas. So now for my final DIY, you will need some pearls. This ones are the stick-on pearls, as you can see. And then I'm going to be using a green organza ribbon, as you can see. You can use in any color that you want. I'm using these very tiny spoons. I'm going to be linking in the description below where you can get them from. And also I'm going to be using my hot glue as well. So first you're going to be tying a little bow. So this is how I tie my bow. You can tie however you guys want. So once you have the size that you want, you're just going to be cutting the ends off. So this is how the tiny bow looks like, and now you're going to be creating as many bows as you need. I am going to be creating 12 in total. I have 4 here. I have this one, so I'm going to be creating the rest. So in total it's going to be 12, and then I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. So once you have all of the bows completed, we are going to be gluing it down here right at the top of the spoon. So you're going to be putting a little bit of the hot glue. And then you're going to be placing here on top of the glue a bow. You can leave it like this if you want. I decided to add a little pearl. So you're gonna get 1 pearl. Then you're going to be putting again a little bit of the glue on top of the bow. Just a tiny bit. And then you're going to be gluing it down the pearl. So this is how it looks like, and now you guys can just continue creating all of the other ones. So this is everything for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed all of the 3 DIYs that I've created here for you guys. And also stay tuned because I will have more vintage DIYs coming up soon here on my channel. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure you give a massive thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe so you can join the Cutiecalities family and watch more videos like this one. So I'll see you guys soon on my next one. Bye bye guys!